is Shelby, and today I'll be talking about the placebo effect in medicine. So this concept reminded me about the show from a show called Boy Meets World when Corey Matthews took placebos because he was diagnosed as a hypochondriac. So let's look at the short clip.
What's it say?
He has hypochondria. Chronic and severe hypochondria.
That's right. I'm a hypochondriac.
Corey, it means that there's nothing wrong with you. It means you create stuff in your head.
Yes, well, he gave me these placebos.
Placebos are what they give to crazy people like you to make them think they're being cured of something they don't have.
Hey, I have to be on these for the rest of my life!
So just like Sean Hunter, I thought placebo medicine was just for crazy people, but actually it could just be for anybody. So before we could even talk about what a placebo effect is, we should talk about what is a placebo. So placebo is anything that seems to be a real medical treatment, but with no active ingredients. It could be a sugar pill, a saline shot, or even other type of fake treatment. So what is a placebo effect then? A placebo effect is a phenomenon in which a placebo can sometimes improve a patient's condition simply because the person has the expectation that it will be helpful. Dr. Harriet Hall hypothesized in an article, says that the placebo effect depends on 3 variables, which are patient expectancy, the amount of conditioning, and endogenous opiates. So let's first look at patient expectancy. The patient expectancy has a theory called the expectation effect, which is a psychological phenomenon in which we are likely to see what we expect to see. So the patient expects to feel better, and so when the patient expects to feel better, he or she will feel better for some time. But even if the person takes placebo, it doesn't mean the person's illness or symptoms were not real. So, for example, if a person feels anxious, their stress hormones will drop. The placebo just changed their perception. So instead of feeling that pain, it'll probably feel like this tingle, just less of a pain. Yeah. So under patient expectancy, there's a theory called doctor-patient relationship, in which if a person trusts their healthcare practitioner, they are more likely to believe that placebo works. So if the doctor is more friendly, interested, has sympathy, and has positive attitude towards the patient, the treatments are associated with effects of the placebos. Harvard's placebo study program in 2008 did a research with people who has irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS. What they did was they used fake acupuncture to treat it. So the people who were treated with the fake needles without the doctor-patient relationship, 44% of them found relief. But with the doctor-patient relationship, there was a percentage of 62%. So the next variable would be conditioning. The conditioning effect is a type of learned response after a personal experience. So, sorry. In a study in one study that looked at the placebo effect in pain relief, one group got real pain medicine and the other group didn't. So in the following days, both groups were given a placebo that looked like real pain medicine, and those who got the real pain medicine were able to tolerate more pain than the one who gotten pain medicines before. Also, with placebos, the different characteristics, or if the different characteristics of the placebos also plays a role. So if the placebo looks real, the person taking it is most likely to believe it contains medicine. So if the placebo pills are bigger, then the person's mind thinks that this medicine is more likely to succeed. So yeah. The other variable would be endogenous opiates. So endogenous opiates are pain-relieving chemicals produced in the brain that mimic the effect of opiate-like drugs. These are evidence that when a patient responds to placebos, their brain produces more of these chemicals. So research shows that the placebo effect is associated with objective changes in brain chemistry. So when a group of people takes placebos for pain, our brain releases natural pain relieving substance called endorphins. And for people who have Parkinson's disease, there's a study case that these placebos increase the production of dopamine. So, in conclusion, the placebo effect is the connection between our mind and body. Placebos have no medical ingredients in them, which goes to show that it doesn't matter what's in them, but just the beliefs we load into them. So our mind creates the medicine, and our brain is the active ingredient, which is really cool. So thank you for your time. If you guys enjoy it. Yay.